thought it was a funny story to share, so here I am. I'm still sitting in the parking lot. I don't know, it's some hospital. I drove an hour and a half to get here. This is little backstory. Story time. I drove an hour and a half to get to this doctor's appointment. I mean, not doctor's appointment, blood work thing. The whole way here, you need to know that I have joy in my little old heart because I'm like, yay, somebody understands and they're trying to help me. So I basically cried my entire way to wherever I am right now. Happy tears, joyful tears. But when I cry, I react. So I'm like crying and itching. This is a hot mess. So, hold on, let me see. So I get to this place and they did the little blood work thing. The lady did an excellent job. She did a really good job. Like, I didn't feel the needle go in. I didn't feel the needle come out. My blood cooperated. Usually I have to negotiate with myself, like, get out of me, like, do this. So I decide I'm going to call TRICARE to make sure that I have the right referral, because when I called the office the other day, they were like, oh, you have a referral here already. And I was like, well, that's strange. Okay, let's schedule the appointment because I need help. So it turns out it was a referral for a different doctor that doesn't treat MCAS. So I called them in like February or something because of my referral. I called and I was like, you know, does this doctor treat this condition? Because I'm fairly certain that's what I have. And does this doctor take TRICARE? And the doctor didn't treat MCAS. So I was like, okay, well, thank you very much. I'm just not going to schedule an appointment. So when I called back on Monday, the lady's like, you have a referral here. And I was like, yeah. Turns out it wasn't to the right doctor. So I'm like, oh, shoot. I just had a doctor's appointment, 40 minutes, with a doctor. And I didn't have a referral for him. I'm gonna forget what in the world the point of this video was. So anyway, I'm getting text messages. Hold on, I'll text you in a second. So and I had blood work with the wrong doctor, like referral. So anyway, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're gonna get a huge bill. We can't do that right now. So not if it could be covered. So anyway, I've been spending like I don't know, it took an hour and a half to get here. I've been on the phone I was on the phone with one TRICARE person for like an hour. Almost. 45 minutes. Anyway, so I kind of went Momma Misti on a person. In a good way. It was good. So I've been listening to music, right? Lots of music, and it's encouraging. So they couldn't find this doctor in the system, and I was like, oh shoot, like, how is this gonna work? Because I just saw this doctor, I have the wrong referral, it's got to be covered. Like, I did not come this far in this crazy journey to not be seen by the right doctor or to not have it covered by my insurance. Like, that's a big fat no. Like, I need to be able to see this doctor. But I was nice. I was like, you need to understand that I need to see this doctor. Because I've been going to all these places, like going to all these places, and they don't understand how to treat me. So he's working on it, you know, like trying to get it transferred over to this doctor. We found the doctor finally in the system, or he did. I didn't. I just chatted. Found the doctor in the system, and I told him, I said, I drove an hour and a half. Itchy. I drove an hour and a half to get to this silly blood work. Not silly, but I went an hour and a half to get to the blood work place. And now I'm just sitting, waiting in the parking lot to try to get all this stuff figured out. And I said, so the whole way, I didn't come this far to not be treated, like to not have a doctor that's covered by the insurance. You need to know that that's not an option. Like, I've been praying, I've been listening to music, and I am just going to believe that this doctor is in the system and it's going to be taken care of. And he said, I'll pray that with you. I'll believe with you. And I was like, okay. So I started sharing some of the songs that I was listening to, because I said, I drove all this way, I cried, like, it was good, happy tears, it was necessary, it was great. You know, there's awkward silence, you gotta talk. That's what I do. I hate leaving voicemails, but I leave like hour-long messages because I don't know when to stop talking, apparently. So anyway, it was kind of quiet for a little bit, and he said, I feel like you mentioned you like music, and I feel like I have a song that I would like to share with you. And I was like, ooh, okay, go for it. So he shared a Casting Crowns song. He said it's a few years old. I was like, that's okay. So he shared Casting Crowns, Held. I'm hot. It's hot. Get cold. And I was like, ooh, that's a good one. So I kind of gave him some songs to have like homework. Before I hung up the phone, I went Momma Misti. Like, I was listing some songs. He figured out how to, he faxed some, I called the other doctor's office, got the fax number for them, and then he faxed it. And so hopefully the medicine will be covered. I have to call them in the morning to see if it will be covered. I'm praying that it will be, because quercetin is like pricey and it's adding up. I'll still be taking that, but adding more medicine to it that I have to pay for is like crazy. So anyway, I was listing off some songs. So he asked what was my favorite song right now, and I said, ooh, gosh, because I have like 6. But I said, okay, Fires, and The Battle Belongs, and I forgot the other one's name. Something about a battle. Battle Belongs. Oh, The Victory. Something about a victory. I can't remember. I just know him. And Hope. And so I kind of told him a little bit of the story about how I went to the beach, and it's like I didn't have any music in my head, and then all of a sudden some song lyrics popped in my head talking about the breakthrough is coming. And I'm like, ooh, that's good. And then after that was I'm listening. Song lyrics about I'm listening. And so I was quiet and I listened, and some great encouragement came from that, about Aaron and Moses, or Moses, Aaron, and Hur, and how Moses, I shared this a little bit yesterday, how Moses was exhausted, and Aaron and Hur pulled up a rock for him to sit on and helped hold his hands up when he was too weak to do it. And so that was encouraging. I don't know if I went into that many details. I don't think so. But anyway, I didn't want to get all preachy. So I gave him homework. I told him, I was like, okay, on your way home from work today, you need to listen to, because he said he used to listen to the Christian music at night, and it was encouraging to his soul. I don't know if he still does or not, but he said he used to, so I'm assuming that he doesn't. But I know encouraging music is fabulous and like a lifeline, especially like these days. So I gave him homework. I was like, now you listen here. I didn't say that. I was just like, now listen up. I'm going to give you some homework. You need to listen to these songs on the way home from work. You need to listen to Fires, and The Battle Belongs, and Egypt, and I had a list. So I was going off of the list. And y'all should listen to these too. Oh, I forgot. I don't know, any old Remind Me That You're Here, something, Jason Gray. And I was like, okay, so 4 songs, and Jason Gray, anything by Jason Gray you need to listen to. And he's like, yes, ma'am. I said, it'll be good for your soul. He's like, yes, ma'am. So I'm going Momma Misti on people. But it's good. It's good stuff. Right? So if you haven't listened to those songs, you should totally stop what you're doing right now after the video and take a listen. Just sit quietly and listen, because it's like nourishment for your soul. And now I have to drive an hour and a half home. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn my little Spotify up loud. And if you need a playlist, like, I'm happy to share my 2021, oh wait, what did I have? 2021 season playlist. It's great, if I do say so myself. So I'm going to be listening to that on the way home. Probably crying my eyeballs out again, because sometimes tears are necessary and healing. And I've been heard, and that's good. So I have happy tears, lots of emotions. That's all. Okay, bye.